I do not believe Netanyahu wants to annex the West Bank. I do not believe he will, because he doesn't want all those Arabs. You think he wants 2.5 million more Arabs in his Jewish state? He doesn't want all those Arabs. So I don't believe he's going to do it. I think he's going to annex parts of the West Bank. I think he will annex what's called the area behind the wall that Israel has been building. So the wall takes up about 9.5% of the West Bank and includes all the major Israeli settlements. And I think he will annex that part of the West Bank, but the whole of the West Bank, I don't believe it. They say he wants to annex the Jordan Valley. I am doubtful. I think what's going to happen is he's going to annex the settlement blocks, about 9.5% of the West Bank, and he's going to say it was such a heart-wrenching compromise. We wanted the whole West Bank, but because of international this and that, and it's a gut-wrenching compromise, and the whole media will play along with it. I've said on many occasions, if there were an Oscar or an Academy Award for Best Dramatic Performance by a nation state, Israel would win every year, because the whole country is just theater. It's all theater, it's a performance. They kill Palestinians relentlessly, remorselessly, recklessly, and they manage to convince the world it's they who are suffering.
Yeah.
Say, look, politics has to be looked at in a moment. You have a long-term vision, of course, but you have to look at possibilities at any particular moment. Right now, it's very tough. You have to be honest about it. Your generation is facing simultaneously 3 crises of world historic dimensions. There is now the beginning of a new phenomenon of pandemics that sweep the whole planet. We've experienced one. The reasonable guess is we're experiencing more and probably worse ones in the near future, assuming this one is over, which is obviously a very big question mark. Second, you're facing the real crisis of climate change, the extinction of the planet. And third, you're facing the fact of a collapsed economy, an economy which is not able to create a decent life for large portions of the population. So those are 3 simultaneous crises. And next to them, Palestine doesn't look very important. That's the moment. My advice would be for young people, join in the common struggles of other people, the struggles they're now engaged in, and try to educate them about the struggle of Palestine. But it's got to be part of a bigger movement. On its own, if you can gauge it, I don't know if you're in college, but there was a time when the big issue on college campuses was Palestine. It was the big issue on college campuses. If I would go speak at a Canadian university, I'd always get at least 500 people, between 500 and 1,000, always. But if you're in college, I don't know where you are right now in your career. If you're in college, it attracts 10 people, 20 people a meeting nowadays. It's not what it once was. And so you have to work hard to join in with other groups, be part of their causes, and then while you're part of their causes, to promote your cause as part of a bigger cause. Because on its own, it won't stand now. Young people, I don't know the situation in Canada, but young people in the United States are really hurting. They were hurting already during the Obama years. That's why a lot of them voted for Trump. And now they're hurting even more because you have the combined economic malaise with the results of the corona. So it's very tough times for young people. So their minds are elsewhere right now. And so one has to be, realistic about political possibilities now, to join into the bigger struggles and try to promote your own within the bigger battle to make the world a just place.